ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। कैसे हैं आप सब? उम्मीद करता हूँ अच्छे होंगे। ये इंग्लिश अनसीन डिक्टेशन नंबर 77 है। वेबसाइट पे इसको लगा दिया गया है। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। सर, as regards agricultural production this year, due to serious drought conditions in large parts of the country and at the same time serious food situation in the eastern regions, the production of crop is likely to be affected considerably. However, the rains in August may help the situation somewhat. If agricultural production goes down, it would naturally lead to shortage and would also create scarcity conditions in many parts of the country. The buffer stocks are of the order of 23,000 million tons. The problem at hand would be to ensure equitable distribution so that essential food items are available to all. This would mean a very vigilant watch over the distribution system. The activities of both the public distribution system and the private trade would have to be monitored very closely and action taken when it is found that somebody is trying to take undue advantage of the scarcity conditions. The common problems faced in the distribution system can be poor quality of material, adulteration, non-availability of stocks resulting in frequent visits to shops for drawing quotas and consequent harassment at the hands of the shopkeepers. Besides food grains, other items of mass consumption which are in the organized industrial sector are also required to be monitored very effectively. So also in the case of the edible oils, milk, pulses, fruits, dairy products, potatoes, onions and other vegetables, it appears that by and large the supply position at the macro level would be taken care of without much difficulty. It is the macro level that is causing the problem. It is at this level that this act would play a very positively role. Sir, the main act which gives sufficient powers to the authorities to take action seemed to have worked very well in as much as in the 10 months period. As many as 2 lakhs raids were conducted, 8,000 persons were arrested, 4,000 were prosecuted. This would clearly show that the law is proving its efficacy in bringing to book the offenders. It is only fair that such a legislation should be given further extension, not only that it should be used more effectively. It is going to be particularly significant when the signs of a difficult period are on the horizon. It is very essential that a concerted drive is launched against the hoarders and the black marketeers. These antisocial elements are bound to take undue advantage of the situation. Sir, as regards the supply of very vital items like rice, wheat, sugar, edible oils and pulses, it would be very necessary to give very special attention to the same. Stock position demand and regularity in meeting the demand at each fair price shop level need to be monitored. Even the slightest disruption would lead to a tremendous hardship, and this is what we have to guard against. The overall situation is not difficult to tackle if efforts are made. Sir, the present bill before us is a very simple one. Its object is to extend the period from 5 years for the operation of the amendments that were introduced in 1981. That is 25 years after we have implemented this act. Parliament has found it necessary to introduce certain amendments for a temporary period of 5 years. Now the amendment seeks to extend that period to 10 years. The amendments that were introduced in 1981, apart from other amendments, I will refer to only three amendments. One is the offence under the Essential Commodities Act is made non bailable for the first time in the year 1981. Number two, special courts were constituted to do into these offences, excluding the jurisdiction of other courts. Even for granting bail, they must go only to special courts to be constituted. The third one is that originally the act provided a wholesome measure, though at one stage action is taken to confiscate the goods administratively. Then at next stage at least an appeal was provided to the ordinary courts of the land. But this amendment sought to take away the right of appeal at least to the civil courts at one stage and invest that power in the state government. That is something like converting our law departments as administrators of justice. That is the third aspect. Now, sir, first I want to clear one misconception that is prevalent in everybody's mind when he is talking about Essential Commodities Act. They think of only food grains, sugar, edible oils like this. But this Essential Commodity Act defines essential commodities in a very wide manner. For example, coal in all form is essential commodity. Paper, paperboard are essential commodities. Iron and steel, including manufactured items, are essential commodities. We talk of essential commodities in terms of wheat and rice and sugar, etc. Now, cement is also an essential commodity. Now, to make such things available at a fair price shop is one of the objects of the Act. Is the government behaving properly in respect of things on which they have got complete control? Cement price at the time this act came into force was rupees 6 a bag. Now it is rupees 70. Is it maintaining the price? Is it making it available at a fair price? You are trying to increase punishment for violation after 25 years. All right, do it, but merely tightening the law is not going to improve matters. Recently, we passed a bill increasing punishment for taking dowry. It is an offense, but how much of it has been enforced all these years? A special court can try summarily and impose punishment of 2 years on a petty dealer. I have no brief for him, but those dealers are also entitled to justice. इस क्लास में इतना ही जो नमस्कार बच्चों.